So now that Sony's provided us a more legitimate competitor to Bose's noise canceling headphones, we thought we'd do a video review kind of comparing the two, talking about which we like better and why. Let me start off by saying that I was totally impressed by both of these pairs of headphones. They both have their pluses and honestly not many minuses. We're gonna compare them in 5 different categories. So we've got look, comfort, features, noise canceling, and sound quality. Now, obviously these are all subjective and this is just my opinion, so if you agree with me, then obviously you're right. But if not, we can still be friends, we just won't be able to talk about headphones with each other. Maybe we can talk about something else cool like TVs or cars or something, I don't know. So let's get right to it. The first category we're gonna talk about is looks. Both of these are great looking headphones. Both are pretty understated, not a lot going on the exterior, some brand logos and a couple of buttons. They both come in 2 different colors. The Sony is going to give you the option black or like a beige silver, and the Boses come in black or silver. The Sonys are covered in a synthetic leather on the headband, on the ear cups, both inside and out, while the Bose use Alcantara around the headband and the inside of the ear cups. You can see here and here, but nothing on the outside. The Bose have glass-filled nylon covers on the outside of the ear cups, which is durable, but I think it still looks a little plasticky. There's nothing like that on the Sonys. The entire headphones give off a high-end feel when you're looking at them, from the buttons on the ear cups all the way across the headband. So for the looks category, I'm gonna go with Sony. Now the second category is comfort, and we all know looks don't necessarily dictate how comfortable something's going to be. Just ask your girlfriend about those fancy shoes she's wearing the next time you guys go out. The Sonys have a nice looking synthetic leather everywhere, like I mentioned in the previous category, but I didn't find them to be quite as comfortable as the Bose. My ears also got hot more quickly in the Sonys. Not sure if the Alcantara that Bose uses is just more breathable or what, but it took longer for my ears to get hot in the Bose headphones. Also, the Alcantara feels softer and more broken in than the synthetic leather on the Sony. I wore both of them for several hours and neither was uncomfortable by any stretch. I just found that the Bose were more comfortable for those longer periods of time. The Sonys may change over time as they get broken in, but the Bose don't feel at all like they need any time. They feel perfect really as soon as you put them on. So I'm gonna give this category to Bose. So for those of you guys keeping track, that's 1-to-1. Now moving on, the third category is features. For me, this category was an easy choice. Only one of these pairs of headphones allows for much customization, and that's the Sony. Their Sense engine really allows you to do some cool stuff. If you're listening to music and someone walks up to you to say something, all you have to do is put your hand over the right ear cup and it's going to lower the volume of what you're listening to and turns on the outside microphone so you can hear what the person is saying without having to pause the music and take off the headphones. The other cool feature is the ambient button to change the listening modes. If you press that, it's going to allow you to hear what's going on around you while you're still listening to music. So I sit at my desk a lot during the day, and if I'm wearing a normal pair of noise canceling headphones, it's hard for me to even hear my work phone ring. Obviously the noise canceling works really well, but I might miss a phone call because of it. The feature on the Sony allows me to listen to my music and still hear if a phone call comes in on my work line, which is really a benefit to me, not to everyone, but to me. Now I'm not talking about cell phone calls. Both of these are going to let you know through the headphones if you get a call while your cell phone's paired up through Bluetooth. This would really be more if your phone is not hooked up to them through Bluetooth. Now you can also turn off the noise canceling on the Sonys where you can't on the Bose when you're using them wirelessly. It's not that big of a deal since you're probably buying these for the noise canceling function anyways, but there's always going to be situations where you don't need that function turned on, and Sony's going to give you the potential for better wireless battery life. I will say though, there's something nice about just putting the headphones on and knowing exactly what they're doing, but this category isn't about how simple they are, it's about functions, and Sony is going to win this one. So that's 2 for Sony and 1 for Bose. Getting nervous yet? Fourth category is noise canceling, and this is a big one. These both do a great job with it. I tried each pair on while my wife was talking to me the other day, and I couldn't hear a word she said. I think she was pretty impressed. She even let me sleep on the couch. It was pretty awesome. But seriously, these both do a great job. If I had to pick one, and I do, I'm going to go with Bose. Their noise cancellation seems the most natural. It isn't a sensation of your ears popping like you can get in some of the other headphones. It just cancels out the noise. The Sonys are good too, but you can feel that sensation of pressure a little more with theirs, and it has more of a feeling of being artificially generated, where the Bose is just there. It's not really noticeable until you realize that you can't hear any of the ambient noise around you. Again, both are really good at what they do. I just think Bose is a bit better in this category. And now it's going to come down to the last category, and we're all tied up 2-2. So let's talk about sound quality. Again, these both do a good job when listening to regular compressed audio files. The Bose is more mid-range focused, and I've found that the detail in the mids really it's great, but I feel like they're so focused on that portion that the bass and the treble suffer a little. In the Bose, the equalizers adjust as you turn up or down the volume, which is cool, so at any level you're going to get really consistent sound, just not a lot of definition in the extreme highs or the lows. The Sony, I really found to have a little more high-end range and was pretty equal to the Bose in the mids. The bass was still a little underwhelming to me, so if your music catalog is full of bass-heavy songs, neither one of these is going to completely impress you. Only one of these, though, has the option to listen to high-res files, and that's the Sony. So when you're listening to high-res files through these, I really feel that the Sony sets itself apart. The music sounds extremely clear on those files, really similar to listening to like vinyl on a nice set of speakers. It's not quite as warm, but still close. So when you tally up the scores, Sony has a 3-2 advantage in my book. Now, for all the people out there that love Bose and have been using them for years, before you get mad that I chose Sony, let me just say I had a really hard time making up my mind trying to figure out which pair I'd actually buy for myself. If you're looking strictly for a noise canceling pair of headphones and don't need the extra bells and whistles, the Bose is going to be a great choice. If you're more on the techie side and like having some extra features to fiddle around with, Sony's got you covered for that. If you don't own a pair already and you're trying to decide on which noise canceling headphones you like best, or if you just want to see what they both sound like, make sure to stop by our store if you're in the Chicagoland area. We've got them both out and they're available to listen to. So what do you guys think? Are we still friends? Have you had a chance to listen to both? Which one would you get? We'd love to hear back from you in the comments section below. As always, we appreciate you watching our videos. Make sure to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, and we'll be able to keep you posted on what we've got coming up next.